Hello folks, welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be looking at Bitcoin, which currently is at 95,340 bucks. We also have Ethereum, which is doing very well. It is stuck at the $3,600. We're going to talk about why Bitcoin went down, went up, what am I going to do for the weeklies, and how are my positions, both on the options and on the copy trading. So let's talk about that in today's video. Hello, as you can see, I'm here back at my apartment. You can even hear some construction noises, which right above me, they're doing demolition and then construction. So it's going to be a could be a very loud video. I hope the editor was able to fix the sound. But anyways, we saw Bitcoin rallying up 2% on the news that MicroStrategy has acquired another stack of Bitcoin. So we're going to be covering that in the news as well. But let's take a look at our positions, which you could have seen in the last episode. There was no weekend trade because I was traveling. Just got back yesterday from the travels. My editor is also coming back, so I don't know how this video will be, if it's going to be on a Monday or on a Tuesday. But anyways, I'm recording this on a Monday, and you can see that we made around 70 bucks for that week, which is fantastic, keeps increasing our portfolio size. So before we open another position for the week all the way to Friday, first of all, happy December. December usually is a very good month for crypto, so it should be the same this year as well, which November was a fantastic month for crypto. And now let's take a look at the copy trading. We can see right here on the copy trading that the 0DT did 6.7% on November. It was the worst so far month for the 0DT, but it was one of the best months in crypto for 2024. So you cannot win all the time, but again, 6.7% in a single month is fantastic, because even if you just stick with the 6.7% and you compound that over the year, you're going to get 80% APR, which if you compound, you could even look up to 100% in the whole year. So fantastic returns that we sometimes don't take it in consideration because we see higher numbers. We saw 14.5%, we saw 10%, 9%, and maybe we get a little frustrated with the 6.7%, but just to remind you that this is still a fantastic return. So let's take a look at the liquidations. We have right here for Bitcoin, we have two huge prices right here. At the bottom, we have the 94, which is the price that we almost touched right here. We got all the way to the 95. We got very close to that. So you can see that we have huge liquidations here, and above at the 98.5. So are we now looking towards the 98,000, or we're still going to look below at the 94,000? Well, we still don't know about that. If we go to Ethereum and we filter that, we see that Ethereum also liquidated a lot of longs here at the bottom. And now still the bottom has a very strong liquidation leverage, but the top has some spots that are a little bit heavy. So again, before we close the video, I'm going to jump into it in the charts and analyze it a little bit better to jump into an option for Ethereum and one for Bitcoin. But so far we have seen huge movements in the crypto market. XRP did fantastic in the past few weeks. Some people got 300%, and it doesn't seem that it's going to stop anytime soon. We had we had Theta, a lot of other altcoins that also did very well. This is altcoin season, so memes, altcoins, even low caps are going to be jumping up like crazy, mainly because it is their season now. After the first cycle of Bitcoin, which rallied out all the way to the $98,000, now we have altcoins that are starting to get ready and are starting to warm up to the fact that is their season now, and it will be for maybe 4, 6, 10 months, who knows. But we have to take this opportunity, maybe trade futures on these tokens, or just prepare yourself with Bitcoin, because if Bitcoin goes up even more, this is when you're going to be profitable all around. So on altcoins and on Bitcoin. So these leaps that I have most likely are going to be going very deep in the money, more than they already are, mainly because of the altcoin season, which should bring Ethereum up. As we mentioned already, Q1 should be fantastic for Ethereum, should be fantastic for my leaps. So we will have to stay ready. Now, let's talk about some news. Now, we have a very interesting article right here posted just a few days ago, still in November, that says that Bitcoin prices thrives in conflicts, which also reflects on gold and precious metals. During conflicts, usually the price of everything in the stock market and in the markets in general tend to fall down, to crash down because of the uncertainty of tomorrow. So that being said, we can see that with Bitcoin as well, which fell almost 9% on April 13 when we had that bombing between Israel and Palestine. Again, I'm not going to get into any political issues here, but whichever war it is, it could be Russia, Ukraine, it could be in Iraq, it could be in the United States, whatever that is. When there's war, there's usually a negative feeling which reflects in the market. And you can see even Bitcoin goes that way. But historically, it's these dates, when you zoom out, are very performing, make these assets like Bitcoin, like gold, very good performers. So usually they tend to go negative for a little bit. But because everything else, like the dollar, like stocks, they go down even more, Bitcoin tends to then catch up and go back up. And this also applies with gold. When there's tension, gold goes up. When the dollar is not doing good, gold goes up, and so on and so forth. And this applies to Bitcoin as well. So right now, geographically speaking, we have almost the entirety of the world going with few minor wars here and there. Of course, not minor in the sense that they're not to be considered, but they're focused on a single side. For example, we have in Europe, we have Russia and Ukraine. Then in the Middle East, we have Israel, Palestine. We have North Korea, which is doing some funky things with their nuclear missiles there. We have tension still between China and Taiwan. All of these tension points geographically are still holding the price of Bitcoin. They are one of the reasons. But in the long term, when you zoom out, you can see that maybe these are going to be able to skyrocket the price of Bitcoin even more. Because again, on hard times, Bitcoin and other assets similar to Bitcoin that are holders of value, they tend to perform very well. So again, this doesn't mean that we want war to happen. Never. I would always prioritize life and peace in general, and never war. But during war is when you can capitalize and maybe have good entries on Bitcoin and other similar assets. So that being said, let's talk about the US Bitcoin reserve possibility in the future, which could happen under Trump. He mentioned that, but again, this is not something that he can just get in and make it happen. No, there's a lot of things that need to happen behind that. We have seen countries do similar things already, like El Salvador, like Bhutan, with the mining of geothermal mining. We even mentioned that briefly in a few videos months back, which they're trying to build mining stations inside volcanoes to gather the heat and transform it into electricity for these miners. So crazy things are happening in the world, and Trump wants to be the next president to embark into this journey of making Bitcoin part of the ecosystem of its country. We also see that happening in Poland, in Brazil, in a lot of other countries or states like Louisiana in the United States that are trying to adopt and hold a little bit of Bitcoin in their treasuries. And this news, with also news that we're going to cover right now, for example, Mara Holdings that have acquired over 600 million Bitcoin in the last 2 months, and also Michael Saylor buying more with MicroStrategy, these news tend to bring the price of Bitcoin up. So again, with these acquisitions from companies, not only Mara and not only MicroStrategy, and also these countries, including the US, focusing on having reserves, treasury reserves in Bitcoin for their own nations, these are bullish news that we've never seen before. We should be capitalizing in buying more and more Bitcoin day by day. That being said, maybe not only Bitcoin. For example, XRP returns to the third largest crypto after 4 years battling with the SEC, and now it has surpassed Solana and Tether, and it is holding right now at $2.69. So now people are wondering if XRP will flip Ethereum. And if Ethereum stays at the same price currently, XRP needs to go above $7.75 for it to be higher than Ethereum and to flip the Ethereum market cap. So will that happen? I don't know, but if you are an XRP holder, comment down below, because people are making a lot of money with XRP. Unfortunately, we don't have XRP options, but imagine those could be amazing. Those could have performed very well in these past few weeks. So anyways, now I'm gonna open these positions for this week on the topics. We're gonna sell some options, and then I'm gonna come back right here and I can share what I opened. So I sold a put for Ethereum and a call for Bitcoin, mainly because Bitcoin still doesn't seem very strong to go all the way up to the strike that I chose. So we will see. Time will tell if I did wrong again by choosing to play against Bitcoin, but we'll see. I sold a 3,300 put for Ethereum, and I sold a 102 call for Bitcoin. Again, I collected around $75 here for this strategy. I'll keep you guys updated throughout the week so we can see how these options are going to be going. So again, thank you very much for watching, and I'll catch you guys on Wednesday for another video. Peace.